This truck is badass. It's a restored 69 K10, all kinds of great updates. Stick around for the test drive video to find out what it's got. This has gotta be one of the coolest pickups that we've had in a long time. We do mess with quite a few K10s, but very rarely do we get one that's got all of the stuff that this truck has got on it. It is a 1969 Chevrolet K10 CST short wheelbase pickup. It was restored at some point. Can't tell you exactly as to when it was restored. Not a fresh restoration by any means, but still represents excellent. Frame's all powder coated underneath, paint is nice on it, and it's got a ton of great upgrades mechanically. The motor that's in it is a GM Performance Crate 350 with the Edelbrock Pro-Flo fuel injection system on it, so it is a really good EFI system. Performs great. You turn the key, cranks right up, and it's a strong running motor. Not a 450 horsepower setup, but has plenty of power to rip you down the road, accelerate when you need to. So again, plenty of power there for you. And it is backed by the Turbo 400 3-speed automatic transmission. So if I'm gonna do anything to this truck, I might do an overdrive setup. It doesn't have to have it, but with the gear ratio that's in the back, you might wanna have that overdrive gear if you wanna cruise it at 65, 70. Right now you feel really comfortable 60, even up to that 65. But being a big lifted truck like this, it does become a little bit cumbersome in the higher RPM range, the higher mile an hour, but it is a good 60, 65 mile an hour truck. So motor again, GM Performance Crate 350 with the Edelbrock fuel injection system on it. You have a Turbo 400 3-speed automatic, and then you have a 12-bolt rear end. It's supposed to have 373s in it. I am not the one that put the rear end together, so I can't 100% tell you what that gear ratio is. But driving the truck, it definitely feels like that could be accurate information. You have aftermarket heat and AC. The AC is on right now. It blows nice and cold. Heat also works when you need it, but it's in the dead-ass heat of summer here in Texas, so we are cruising with the AC on. And as you can see right now, we're cruising down the road, and it's an easy truck to drive. You have power steering, power front disc brakes, and it is a lifted truck, so you do have a little bit of the back and forth in the front, but I'm not really fighting the truck going down the road. It still is an easy vehicle to drive with the 35-inch tires and the lift that's on it. The equipment that the truck does have as far as the suspension goes, they did a nice job installing it, and the truck has a nice road feel to it. As far as the exhaust, you have headers, full-length dual exhaust with Flowmasters, which really sounds good going down the road. Not too terribly loud, not too terribly quiet. You get a good combination of motor and exhaust noises, especially when you get heavier in the throttle. Coming up to a stoplight here, get heavier on the brakes. It's not pulling me either direction. It stops nice and true. As far as the interior goes, you have a really nice black interior. Seat cover's great, carpet looks good, floor mats are nice. You have a nice dash pad, white face gauges. You have an aftermarket tilt column with a Grant steering wheel. I'd probably go with the Comfort Grip. That's just my personal style. But if you like the Grant old school style steering wheel, this one looks good. On the edge of the driver's seat over here, the piping is missing like a little chunk on the outside edge of the driver's seat. And that's really about all that's wrong on the interior. Door panels look good. You do have your SPID decal inside the glove box over there on the passenger side. You click it open, SPID decals on the glove box door like it's supposed to. Shows it's a red over black truck, CST trim, which is really cool. Custom sports truck if y'all don't know what that is. And as far as the does it work section for this pickup, just a couple small things are not working. The horn is not doing anything, and then your voltage gauge is kind of moving around all over the place. So those are your two things that are not 100% working. But you got good oil pressure, good temperature. You got your tach, your speedo, your fuel gauge, all that stuff's working. You do have an aftermarket Pioneer stereo. Again, you have your aftermarket AC, which is hooked up into the factory controls. The AC blows nice and cold. It is hotter than hell here in Texas today, so you know that we have to have our AC going. You do also have your factory four-wheel drive selector on the floor. You have your 2 high, your 4 high, your neutral, and your 4 low. Four-wheel drive system is working like it should. It is a new process 205 transfer case, and four-wheel drive again works like we need it to. As far as the undercarriage for this K10, definitely a restored truck at some point. The frame is all powder coated and painted. The inner rockers, the bottom side of the cab, everything is excellent condition on the undercarriage, and I see no rust problems. It is a very, very nice undercarriage for this K10. As far as the motor numbers, the VIN numbers, the does it work section, the extras that we have on the truck, including the SPID decal, can be found in the additional media section on the website pcclassiccars.com. Click on the inventory, click on this truck, scroll to the bottom of the page, and you're going to see that additional media section. Smooth shifts. There's high gear for you. And again, this is a big truck with a nice lift on it and 35-inch tires, so you're not shredding the tires per se, but that GM Performance crate motor has plenty of power to do what we need it to do. Steering is nice and responsive. This is a bumpy road, handles the road nice. That power steering works really well. As far as the exterior of the truck, you have a really nice red paint job. Factory red truck. Paint quality, again, shows well. The imperfections that you're gonna find is the front top portion of the hood. There's some scratches touched up there. There's like a little vertical line on the roof over here on the driver's side. There's like a little white line that could be touched up. And then just some other really small imperfections walking around the pickup. But overall, when this thing was done, they did a really nice job. The quality of the cosmetics represents great. You can be very proud to own this pickup. And again, paint quality really represents like a professional did it. All of the CST and full side trim for me takes this truck to the next level. It is an awesome looking pickup. You have the 15-inch rally wheels. The tires, I believe, are a 2021 if I'm not mistaken. So plenty of tread, no dry rot, no cracking, no problems of any kind with the tires. Inside the bed in the back, you have a toolbox, and only the top portion of the toolbox is a toolbox. Below that is I think it's like a 50+ gallon fuel tank, and that's the only fuel tank that the truck has. So it has a really large, oversized fuel tank. You either kind of love it or hate it. I like how it's recessed into the bed. So for me, it looks great. I like having a larger fuel tank like that. It gives you an extended range if you are gonna drive this truck regularly. You have a spray-in bed liner in the back, shows well. Both of your doors open and close properly. Same thing with your tailgate and your hood up front. Your trim, your glass, all of that represents nice. The side trim on the exterior of the truck looks basically brand new. Your front and rear bumpers are nice, but there's a couple little dings in the rear bumper. The front grille represents great. And then your glass, again, is in nice condition. You have your manual windows, your manual locks. Windows roll up and down like they should. Your vent windows are nice and tight. You do have a little stone chip over on the passenger side on the windshield over there. Then you have a couple other little small ones looking around the windshield, but nothing that is major at all. It really represents great as far as the glass goes, and it is a solid back glass. Your manual mirrors on the left and right stay where they need to. Your rear view mirrors clear and easy to see out of as well. Transmission definitely feels like it has a little shift kit in it. With the lift, with the motor, I don't doubt that someone probably put a little shift kit in that Turbo 400. So it just shifts nice and positive, but it's nothing that's unusual. As far as the engine bay, obviously you have all of the mechanical upgrades. You got the crate motor, the EFI system, the aftermarket air. Firewall's great, inner fenders are great. No problems of any kind in that engine bay. Bottom side of the hood is also excellent. And overall, guys, this is a fantastic truck. The suspension feels good for a lifted truck. It's got Rancho set up on it. It looks like a 2 or 3 inch lift, so it's got nice, good quality components. And outside of the couple really small little things to do, as far as the horn, the voltage gauge, that's really the disclaimer list. It's an excellent, excellent restored short wheelbase pickup. As always, my name is Michael. This is a restored 1969 Chevrolet K10 CST pickup with a crate motor, aftermarket air, one hell of a look to it. From myself and everybody here at PC Classic Cars, we appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of our test drives. Stick around for the end of the video. We're gonna have a vehicle briefing back in the showroom. We'll see you guys in just a second. All right, y'all, we're back to the showroom after a quick test drive video on this absolutely killer 1969 K10. For y'all, we actually have a new face that you're gonna see in our videos. His name is Bill. So we got Bill in the back, we got Chandler with us like always, and I'm Michael. So for you guys, this truck, it's got everything done to one that you're gonna wanna do. Just visually looking at it, it's one of the most badass trucks that we've had in a while. Still drives really nice. Usually when you lift them this much and have a big 35-inch tire, they tend to not drive as great as obviously a stock K10. This one still drives nice. So it's got some Rancho aftermarket suspensions. It's like a 2.5, 3-inch lift. It's got a nice steering stabilizer on the front. But with the 35s, you do still have the little bit of back and forth, but it's not a hard truck to drive. Still has a good road feel. At some point, someone restored this truck. So the frame's all powder coated. The bottom side of the truck is as nice as the top side, if not even nicer. And I'll point out a couple flaws for you guys. So on the front of the hood here and on the top ridge of the hood, there's like some touch-ups in the paint, like little scuffs. On the roof, on the top of the cab there's like a vertical line, maybe about that long, like a little white scratch on the top of the hood. And then just walking around the truck, it's got a couple other little imperfections and little touch-ups in the paint. Can't tell you exactly as to when this truck was restored, but whoever did it obviously was a professional. They did a nice job. Rear bumper's got a couple tiny imperfections in it. But as far as the cosmetics, the paint I would classify as nice. You have the full CST side trim, and I know, Chandler, you love that just as much as me.
Yeah.
It looks great. Inside the bed, obviously we usually take the toolboxes out. This one we're not taking out because this is the fuel tank. So the lower half of the toolbox is it's like a 50+ gallon fuel tank. And then the top half here actually opens up and it still is a toolbox on the top, which is cool. Your filler neck is over on the driver's side there. Easy to fill up, have a really large fuel tank. Interior wise, the only real flaw, and if you pop open that door, you'll be able to see it. On the edge of the driver's seat, the little piping's got like a little piece that's missing. And then that's really about it. Seat cover's great, door panels, visors, dash itself is great, white face gauges in there. No real problems with the inside outside of the little piping. Your horn doesn't work, your voltage gauge doesn't work, and you have a couple little stone chips in the windshield, and that's about it.
Nice.
It's a killer truck.
Yeah, it's sweet. I was really impressed with the underside of it when I saw it.
Yeah.
And then for me, a red 69 checks all the boxes, plus EFI and the AC.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get much better.
I didn't even touch on the mechanicals. That's probably one of the best things about it. It's a GM Performance Crate 350.
Nice.
It's got the Edelbrock Pro-Flo fuel injection system. So for one of those, it's a really good setup. You got aftermarket AC, power steering, power disc brakes. Mechanically, it's a great truck. It's got a ton of money spent on this thing.
Definitely.
A lot of money. Yeah, it's a really nice truck. Y'all got any other questions on it?
I'll just make one comment. One of my biggest pet peeves with these is when someone restores it so nice and doesn't take the gas tank out from the back seat.
Yeah.
Or behind the seat. So I really love that that was done too. I mean, I've seen a ton of really nice trucks that still have that. It's just a big upgrade.
It's a big upgrade. Yes,
changed.
you lose a little bit of your bed. You could do the fuel tanks underneath, but you're never gonna have 50+ gallons like this truck.
Right.
And with 35s and a GM Performance Crate motor, it's supposed to have 373s in the rear. Obviously, miles per gallon is not what you're interested in with this truck.
Miles per gallon. Yeah.
But you still want to have enough fuel to be able to cruise where you want to go because it's drinking gas.
Yeah, for sure.
So, cool. Anything else? Awesome. And for y'all, we appreciate you stopping in to watch this vehicle briefing. Again, my name is Michael. We got Billy, we got Chandler. This is a kick-ass 69 CST K10, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.